Okay, so I'm just going to make an update on today's very sad news from Leeds. The Labour MP Jo Cox has been killed. This is shocking news. We're not used to political violence in the UK. It's a relatively rare occurrence. About 6 years ago, I'll just show you something. The Prime Minister's speaking now. That's the MP in the image. That's Sky News. It's been covered on the BBC and CNN. The Labour MP Stephen Timms was stabbed by a woman in his surgery in London about 6 years ago for his position on the Iraq War. Um, this is far too early to say what the motivation for this was, but a 52-year-old man has been arrested. Rumours are saying he shouted Britain first, but like I said, it's too early to say, and I'm not going to rein too far into that because Britain First, incidentally, has completely denied it and condemned this. Um, we are 7 days away from the EU referendum. Both campaigns have put their campaigning on hold today out of respect. Her husband, her widower now, has issued a statement saying that we need to unify and reject the forces of hatred. Um, that's the Home Secretary speaking. She spoke about 20 minutes ago, and Theresa May said similar thing to the Prime Minister that everyone's thinking about Jo Cox's family at this time. By all accounts, she was a rising star of the Labour Party. She was a new MP, only elected last year. She had a track record of being passionate on issues like human rights. She had campaigned for Syrian refugees. Um, and as I say, it's the first assassination of a British politician since the IRA killed an MP in 1990. Um, I don't recall now which MP that was, but this is a relatively rare occurrence, so that makes it all the more shocking. Um, in a democracy, MPs, politicians are expected to be in touch with people, that is, to be accessible to people. It's a lady who's been killed. Young woman, died in brutal circumstances. Yeah, so MPs are expected to be accessible to the public, but not at the price of their life. No one should die doing their job. They have a really, really tough job and they're scrutinised all the time. But as a Conservative MP pointed out, most constituents are welcoming, and people. There's an interesting phenomenon that people actually hold their local MP in much higher regard than they do with politicians in general. British people are always complaining about politicians, but this is a really glaring incident that reminds us that these people, in the end of the day, are just trying to make society better. They're just trying to work for their constituents, and no one should die in these circumstances. So it's too early to say the exact circumstances of what has happened in terms of the motivation, and I'm not going way too much into that. But this time, we all need to consider her family, and it's really shocking. I mean, this has really got to me, to be quite honest. It's appalling news.